Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Hook. And today I'm bringing out, now you've seen him before, but he's bigger now. I brought out my Maranta Leuconeura. Look at how gorgeous this guy is. Now, you've seen him before when I did my Maranta Leuconeura. I brought him out because my Kercheviana was not in good shape then. It's a little bit better now because I cut it back a lot and I've got some really nice new leaves. And this guy just took off. Now in that video he was in a 4-inch pot, and since then I've had to up pot him to the 5-inch. And he's already getting roots starting to come out the bottom, so he'll probably soon need to go up to a 6 if he keeps going the way he is. Now these are prayer plants. This one's a flowering species, because even though all of them says they can flower, I've yet to find pictures of some that do flower. But look at this. I could stop moving and the camera could focus, I don't know. Look how pretty that little flower is. Yeah. Now these guys are native to tropical rainforests of Brazil. So you can find this species in the wild. And it is pretty much almost the same care as the Kercheviana, only I find this guy to be perhaps a little more sensitive, not humidity wise, but everything else. Like if you give him too much water, he's not happy. If you give him too little water, he's not happy. Doesn't like cold drafts, doesn't like a lot of light, doesn't like a little bit of light. You have to find that happy medium for him. And once I found it, he just exploded. Oh, he's actually prettier on this side. Because these guys are perfect for hanging planters. Because he hangs in a north-facing window, actually. It's a bright one because I think it's like north-northeast. So he gets a lot of that nice morning light, and then it's just like indirect light for the rest of the day. And he's taken off. Like I got a new leaf coming here, a new leaf coming here, a new leaf coming here. Like I've made him very happy. Because I'm trying to think, when in the other video he was only maybe like here. And right now he's about, I don't know, 8 inches tall, which is 20 centimeters. And then he's about a foot, maybe 14 inches wide, which is 34 to 36 centimeters. Yeah. But they can get much bigger. I think the biggest they can get, like for height wise, is 14 inches, 34 to 36 centimeters. And they can get about I think when I was looking it up, I think about 40 inches, 39 inches wide, which is about 100 centimeters, I think. Yes, 100 centimeters, yes. But no, but the difference is between the two, the Kercheviana and this guy, I've noticed in my care, is this guy doesn't like to be as wet as the Kercheviana does. My Kercheviana likes to be kept at like on a level 7 on the moisture meter. This guy, he doesn't like that. And when I was doing that, I found I was overwatering him. And then when I dropped him to a moisture meter level 6, he was happy with that. That's the moisture meter level he likes. So I'll water him about every 5 days roughly, just to keep him moist. That tail was Saluvi. You haven't met her yet. She's camera shy. Excuse me. But yeah, now, like Calatheas, Marantas are very sensitive to lime and water. They don't like hard water. They don't like chlorine. They don't like waters with softener systems on them. So with this guy, I've been giving him filtered water. I run the water through a Brita, and that seems to help them. I did notice that if I let the Brita go too long, like if I wasn't changing it well enough, I would get like the crispy edges here and here and right here. Actually, that one might have been from a cat. I don't know if I have any other leaves. Oh, right here. But as long as I remember to change my filter every 2 months, like, look, I'll get perfect leaves, no browning edges. So if you want to do that, you can. You can also use rainwater or bottled water, because the bottled water I noticed did work, but bottled water after a while gets expensive. Rainwater is free, so if you have the materials unable to gather rainwater, it's perfect for them. Now when it comes to fertilizer, I use the all-purpose, and specifically the Schultz. You can use the fertilizer that's strictly for green plants as well, and I'll use that every 3 weeks with this guy. Yeah. He seems to be happy with it. No fussing or going ons about it. It's a high humidity plant. During the summertime, I'll mist him like late spring, early fall, summertime. I'll mist him every 6 days, and he's happy with that. However, when I do have my wood stove going, I'll do every 2 days, and he seems to be happy. Like, even though he's like super far away from the wood stove, I still do it just in case, because that's the same way I was doing with my Kercheviana to keep it from getting the brown spots. And that worked for her, and that same system seems to be working for him. So we'll leave it at that. I do clean his leaves. If you're misting the every 2 days, you probably won't need to clean the leaves, but during like late spring, early fall, summertime, when I'm only misting every 6 days, I will clean his leaves. And it's usually every 3 months you kind of need to give their leaves a nice cleaning to ensure that they're absorbing the most sunlight and getting the best of their photosynthesis. Tongue twister. Now the ideal temperatures for these guys are between 18 and 25 degrees Celsius. And if you live in a hardiness zone 10A or more, they can go outside year round. However, I live in a 5A, 5A, and then if a little bit norther is 5B, he can only go outside between July and August. That's when he'll be happy outside. Otherwise, if you try putting them outside at other times, they're not happy. He's not happy at all, but he's so far so good. Now, when it comes to potting soil, I currently have him in, if I can figure out a way to show it. He's currently in all-purpose with a mixture of perlite and orchid bark to give him that extra drainage, and he seems to really like that. But the best soils for these guys are the tropical plant soil, coco coir, and peat moss. I would stay away from the peat moss because it's not sustainable like coco coir. I think, and when I think about it, I think there might be a little bit of coco coir in this soil. A tiny bit. Yeah. And he's quite happy with it. No fussing or whatnot. They are easy to propagate too, because this is a cutting that I got him from cousins of mine at Halloween. And when you want to propagate, all you have to do is look for, figure out a way to show, it's around the leaves. If I can lift him up. See those white spots like right here? Those are aerial roots. That's where you'll want it to cut. And it's best to have a cutting that has at least 3 leaves to ensure that it'll root. Any less, it probably won't. Any more, it might struggle a tiny little bit, but it should work, because that's what I did with this guy. and I put him in water, and I think he was in water for a week and a half. Yeah. And then I put him in a 4-inch pot. He took off, was happy. But I think that soil was just coco coir. And then when his roots were coming out the bottom, I put him in this one with the extra drainage. And he actually grew this offshoot. So I was very happy with the extra drainage. Now when it comes to pests, I have yet to deal with pests on this guy. He's been a real powerhouse since I've gotten him. Everything has gone well, even though his sister, the Kercheriana, I have found pests on her as of late, and I've cleaned her and gotten rid of them. But they can be plagued with thrips, fungus gnats, and spider mites. I'm not sure about the other types of pests, but when I've researched it and looked it up, those were like the top 3 menaces of this guy. But again, as I've said, no problems with pests so far. Now, common problems, one that I dealt with was yellowing leaves. That is a sign of overwatering. These guys will turn yellow when you're overwatering them, and they'll like crumple up and get right ugly and yucky. So that's how you know you're overwatering them. When you're underwatering them, they'll droop. So see how like bouncy he is? If he's underwater, he'll be like all like droopy and dying and whatnot. Black spots is a sign of the pest infestation. So if you're noticing black spots on your Leuconeura, that's like thrips or spider mites. But if you're getting brown spots, not like the crispy leaves, not like this, but if they're happening like in the middle of your plant and they're like starting as a spot and then growing from there, that's a sign of too much light. Yeah, your leaf is getting burned. Now, would I recommend this as a first-time plant for first-time owners? No. No. They are picky, and the only reason why I guess you could say, doing very well with this one is because the mother plant was very established and it was in a room with a wood stove. So she kind of had a chance to like acclimatize to people's regular homes. But when you're buying them like just off the internet, houseplant stores, biggest box stores, you have to like habilitate them to your living conditions. And that can't always be easy. Plus, with my experience with the Kercheriana, like I already had like trials and errors with that one and have almost killed it a couple of times, that to where I know what not to do with this guy. So I say this would be for more like medium to expert levels, hello Gwen, of plant owners. But other than that, it's the dandy plant. I love it very much. And this is my Leuconeura. Now if you have any questions, shoot me a message. I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their opinion. But if you really like the video, subscribe. And as always, live long, plant on.